Well, actually, I was outside on the corner here working on a window. It was very clearly voices, but I was totally working by myself.
They talk about all the bloodshed and violence here. Well, this was the hospital.
Oh, this.
The ghost stories that have come out of this place are infamous.
We are at the old hospital on College Hill.
Oh, I got cold chills.
Where did that come from, man? What was that? That almost sounded like a...
Did it not sound like a woo woo?
I was backing up and I heard something in my ear and I thought it was you going, "Don't run into me." Jason is lying inside the body cooler. He has a camera in there.
What? Oh my God, hello?
That's weird, man.
Yeah.
We caught a door closing on camera when no one was in this building. Oh my God! That might be one of the craziest things we've caught on abandonment.
All right, guys, we are back in a very familiar location here in Williamson, West Virginia. Jason, where are we tonight?
We are indeed in Williamson, in Bloody Mingo, at the old hospital on College Hill.
That's right. Ryan?
This was one of our favorite locations. I mean, I can't believe it's taken us this long to come back here. When we investigated here the first time, it was early on in the year of 2021, so it's been 4 years since we investigated here. And like Jason said, they called this county Bloody Mingo for a reason. I mean, there was a lot of fighting and violence. This is where the Hatfield and McCoy feud was internationally famous. And they talk about all the bloodshed and violence here. Well, this was the hospital in Mingo County, West Virginia, here in Williamson. And the ghost stories that have come out of this place are infamous. I'm so excited to see what we can capture tonight.
Me too. You know what else I'm even more excited about, though?
What's that, Dave?
Is something that we learned on the drive here is that Jason actually has a twin brother that he's never told us about.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't realize that Jason had a younger brother.
Yeah, that is still somehow a twin.
That is still somehow a twin. What do you think, Jason?
I think we should introduce him.
Let's do it. Everyone, please welcome to the Paranormal Quest channel,
Jason McKinney.
Dawson Toller.
Dawson Toller.
Hey guys.
How's it going, man?
Good, super excited. This is the first time I've ever been here. I've wanted to come here for well over a year now. As soon as I found out about it, it just seems like a place that is right up my alley. So I'm super excited to see if anybody wants to talk to us tonight.
Yeah, I'm super excited too for you to get to experience this place because we heard footsteps when we were here last time, strange and unusual things, very weird equipment interaction, and this place is pretty creepy once the sun goes down.
Oh yeah.
So everyone watching, make sure you go over to Dawson's channel. It'll be linked down below in the description. Make sure you go over and subscribe to his channel and be watching for his episode here from the old hospital on College Hill.
Oh yeah.
Let's walk through here for a little bit and see what we can see. There's some new stuff that's changed since we were here last. So let's go see what's new, what's the same, and maybe even before the sun goes down, we'll have a paranormal experience.
Maybe. There's even new spots in the, almost said in the prison, new spots here in the hospital that we didn't have access to the first time we were here. So I'm excited to check those out.
Me too.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
As mayor, I can deem a lot of things, but I can't determine when a place is haunted or not. I've had my own experiences here. There's been a couple of occasions that I've been here that, let's just say I've heard noises that are beyond what a building as old as this isn't just settling and noises that you would attribute to an old building. Well, actually, I was outside on the corner here working on a window that had some problems, and the sounds were above me, so it would be to the second floor northeast corner of this building, and it was very clearly voices, but I was totally working by myself and looked around and there was no one near me at the time.
Oh, that's a good point. Up or down? What do you think?
Let's start up.
Let's start up. And then we'll go down because we have 2 floors below us, but only 2 floors above us.
Thanks for clearing that up there.
Do you remember this part right here?
Surprisingly, I don't remember many things, but I do remember this because we had a cat ball down there in that window and it went off, and supposedly that's where the gentleman went running down this hallway and jumped out the window.
One of the stories that kind of stuck out with this floor that some of the other people have picked up on, this is the 3rd floor, was the story of a guy by the name of Mose Blackburn. Mose shot and killed a city police officer back in 1962. When the other officers responded to the call, there was an altercation that occurred and Mose was brought to this hospital, and we believe he was in that room right there to the hallway. He was the first one on the left. The story goes that he asked the deputy to go to the nurse's station to get him a drink of water. When the deputy left, then Mose takes off running and jumps out that window to try to escape. Other stories say that he was thrown out the window. Then there's also stories that that an evil spirit was chasing him and made him jump. The odd thing about Moses' story is that when he jumped, he didn't die. They brought him back to the hospital. He was expected to make a full recovery. He died 1 month later, and when I got a copy of his birth certificate, it said he died from emphysema, a fractured rib, and a broken leg.
Whoa, just felt it again. Cat ball. Look. Right on the window. Got it. Good. Dude, I felt something rush right by me. Look at my arms.
That's crazy.
That inmate.
You went straight in there.
Yeah.
It did, yeah. Oh my God, you got goosebumps like crazy.
Yeah, I can feel it now. You're getting chills.
Yeah,
The whole area is charged right now.
You felt it rush right by you, and then that cat ball in the window down there.
Yeah.
Is that the window that he jumped from?
Yes.
Yeah, this is pediatric. That's the
where he
3rd.
jumped.
We looked down and there was a cat ball in the windowsill that suddenly just started flashing. It had been sitting there for hours and hadn't done anything. But it was so strange because it was right after we had mentioned him jumping out the window.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And like, obviously we know that cat balls are controversial, but you know, like Ryan said, that one had been sitting there for hours. Didn't have anything happen with it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of creepy. Can't say it was paranormal, but it was kind of creepy.
For sure.
To me, it's very conclusive, again, because, you know, as long as it had been there and just the timing of that, if that was coincidence, there's still yet something to be said about that, I feel. What's the chance, you know? And I remember it was a strong signal, too. It wasn't like a blip. If I remember correctly, I mean, it was going for moments and moments for a while.
Oh, yeah.
There was also a point when we were setting up abandonment that you heard footsteps up here, right?
Yes.
Could have swore you guys were up here
No, we went down to the first floor so Dave could use the restroom.
from abandonment, and I came up here to get the audio and cat balls, and I stand right here, and I was hearing movement back in here. It sounded like it was back where our cameras are, and I said, Dave, Ryan, and I stood here, didn't hear anything. I'm like, I'm gonna wait, because I knew y'all wouldn't jump out or anything, but I was like, I knew I heard something back here, and I thought, I have a feeling it's you all, and I didn't want to come around the corner and y'all be like right there.
Dave said he was outside.
Yeah, we were both outside.
I was standing right here, and I distinctly heard movement back here.
Yeah, because I remember there was some controversy, maybe lack of better words, for the cause of his death. Because even though he jumped out and was believed to have succumbed from the injuries due to the fall, I remember there was some kind of discrepancy about maybe a natural cause as well.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I don't remember that. Did you hear it again?
I'm not crazy. Did you guys happen to see a fly or something? Cause something like straight up like my earlobe, like
If it was a
like
fly,
touched it.
I mean, it's a pretty strong fly because
Right.
it's so cold in here.
It's below freezing in here. I don't think insects are even going to be flying around in here in these temperatures. Well, Mose, we're going to be back later on. We'd love to talk to you, man. If you're in here, you can come out and say hi to us or mess with us.
Personally, I was born here, and this building represents, or this hospital represents, like so many things in a community, like a high school, community hospitals are fundamentally all about a community. You know, it's the life and death and the story. Sometimes it's all the tragedies, and it also has the wonderful things of all the lives born here too, which, you know, signals that life should go on. But it's historical too, and we're delving into that as we speak. You know, we've had coal mining activity has gone on here for all the 100+ years the town's been here, the hospital's been here. This hospital has been that place of care for those people, because mining was always dangerous, still dangerous, but even more as you go further back in time. So, you know, it was a regional influence. It was a place where some of our best and brightest were trained and raised to be care providers. You can't say enough about what a hospital is for a community. It's the glue, I think, that really keeps it together.
This way, Jason.
Oh, it was that way.
Yeah.
That's right. That wasn't supposed to be sarcastic. I meant that genuinely, like, because I forgot this was blocked off last time we were here.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was that way. That's
If
weird.
anybody wets the bed tonight, we have a place for it.
Oh yeah, some soiled linen.
I thought it was funny.
Dave, so matter of fact, oh yes, some soiled linen. I can, in fact, wet the bed tonight.
And I probably will.
Thank God.
So where exactly is this
Oh, this is it.
body cooler?
Yeah, because
there it is.
There's 2 doors.
There's an actual body cooler back here that they have actually said we can lay in if we want to.
Doesn't look very comfortable.
No. Now this would have been more of like an overflow body cooler. They wouldn't have put too many in there because they had an actual cooler in the morgue, but just to think and to look at that and to know that you know, when someone passed away in this hospital and they had ran out of space in the main body cooler, that this would have been where they would have been stored.
Yeah.
Until their embalming.
I will say it's better than some of the stories of these places where they'll just throw them in like the fridge with the food. So, you know, at least there's a place for it, you know.
A friend of ours was helping me take care of a window because the building has been a subject to so much vandalism, people breaking in. And it was one of those days when we were trying to take care of an entry of a window to stop it from being so easily to break into. And it was in the middle of the day, but if you've been in the basement of this building, it's very dark down there. And my friend Wes and I were taking care of that window when we heard a noise. I guess I would attribute it to sound like a door closing abruptly. There was no wind or anything that would have forced it. He and I both had the same feeling, and we wanted to get the heck out of here. That was the result.
Oh, this.
Now, I remember this being the cafeteria back in here. So this would have been at one point in time where they ate, and then later on, I believe, that turned it into the morgue.
Yes, I do remember that.
Right back through here, and this is where Steve and I were doing an Estes session when we were here the first time.
You're here every day? I just heard footsteps back here behind me. Sound like someone was walking up behind me.
Female voice, couldn't make it out.
Who's walking up behind me right now?
And had some interesting activity with equipment interaction and stuff. Not so much with the Estes itself, because the voices that were coming through Steve couldn't understand, so really didn't get any direct responses through the Estes, but there was some
It's hard to do when you're asleep.
Right?
Hey.
So long. So long.
He may have fallen asleep when he was sitting there. May have. I do remember hearing some snoring at one point.
And don't forget, guys, it'll be interesting to see. I know where we're not live listening to the audio currently, but interesting to see how the audio turns out from this particular portion here, because you remember what happened down here last time. Remember, we were already having some interference with our audio but as we got down here, it intensified to the point where it was almost useless.
Had the most trouble with, and it was the X-ray room
I'm
temperature.
getting that audio thing again. I don't know if it's... No, it's not that. I don't know what it is. This is so weird. We have not had as many audio issues as we have here since we came here.
Peculiar, yeah.
Like, it just, like, the audio keeps cutting in and out is what it sounds
Like they don't want me to talk.
Yeah.
Have you ever believed that you've been, during the course of walking this hospital, followed?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when I'm here alone. Like there'll be times I come up here by myself and I'm not alone.
That
So
could be part of
it
it.
could be.
Oh yeah.
And we started to wonder if maybe it was Tanya, if maybe she was being followed, because she said at certain times she felt like as she goes through the hospital, she's been followed. So we wondered if there was something to that. It was very peculiar.
Yeah, this basement, I think, was probably, to me at least, one of the creepiest parts of the hospital, especially when it gets dark down here. When it gets dark down here in the basement, it's like can't even see your hand in front of your face dark. Down here in this basement when you turn the lights off.
You all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
I heard an OG's under.
Well, I was picturing it.
Oh
I
yeah.
was just sitting there thinking just nothing, running into people, things,
Pretty much.
stuff.
We have the trigger REM pod set up here on this IV stand. The trigger REM pod is good to try and see if we can get interaction with objects that the spirits of the locations might be familiar with. So we have this set up, making contact with this IV stand over here. And if you watch, all it takes is to get close to the IV stand. The IV stand is now the antenna for this REM pod. So it works pretty well. And we have it set up on its side like that, so the camera, when it's set up right over here, it can see the lights really well. So we're really excited about this one, and we're hoping that we get some activity here at the haunted hospital on College Hill. And I remember these rooms right here were very creepy. There's another piece of equipment we had some interesting interaction with in this area that we don't use anymore just because it gets too many false positives, and that's the SLS camera. But I remember when Steve and I were down here running the SLS camera, it was pointed right here at this flat wall.
I don't know where it came from. What?
What? This EDI has been in my pocket. It's got a rubber, like, coat on, right?
Yeah.
I felt it something tapping, doing like this. Like something pushed on it this way. And I was right here. Oh, shoot. I was right here filming Dave.
Whoa. This is mapping something standing beside Steve.
To my left, towards the wall,
I can't really tell.
No, probably to your right.
this way.
Wherever your hand is pointing right now.
That's exactly
That's
the
where it
size.
was.
That was exactly
Something's still there.
Can you reach out and touch my hand?
Oh, it's trying. Oh, it just disappeared.
A flat wall, and for some reason it mapped something standing right here. So, I mean, you have to think about the number of people that have passed away in this hospital, the number of people that took their final breaths here, and the number of people that took their first breaths here. You know, the energy of a hospital is so unique. And it's not just the spirits of those who died here, while you do get a lot of that, but you also have the cycle of life and death. All of that happening in one singular place, a hub of a community where people go to be born, people go when they're sick, people go when they die. And
It's a revolving door.
yeah, the paranormal activity here has proven time and time again you get a lot of strange things here in the old hospital on College Hill. And I'm excited to go lights out and see what we can capture here on our second investigation of this creepy place.
Oh yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's-
yeah.
The emotion alone in these places, there's sadness, joy, anger, etc. I mean, regardless of people dying, being born here, etc., it adds so much to a place when, certain people love this place. Certain people hate this place,
Oh yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard something a few seconds ago.
While
too.
you were talking, we heard like a loud bang. It sounded above.
Yeah, something heavy. Something.
And then whatever that was almost kind of like a voice or like a whoa.
Yeah, I heard a woo.
Yeah,
Type
yeah.
Love this place. Certain people hate this place. Oh yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard something.
Did you whisper in my ear, by the way?
No, I didn't. And that's weird because you were backing up to me so close that I thought, okay, I'm going to either have to move back, but I thought about just pranking you and just in your ear. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because, like, we're being serious here.
You didn't say anything.
Swear I didn't, but I actually considered it. But
Did you say anything?
Well, now granted, when we heard that, I did look at Dawson and I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
But not when I was backing up.
Oh, it's wind chimes. Not when you were back. You were already stationary. Because we heard it and I was like, what was that?
I was backing up and I heard something in my ear and I thought it was you going, "Don't run into me," or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's actually crazy.
we're gonna have to review the
'cause he
audio
didn't-
right there.
I had my shotgun mic was right towards you
Okay,
when
good.
that happened.
Good.
When I was talking, Dave thought he heard someone whisper in his ear. And if this is truly what he heard, then it wasn't captured on audio, because the only whispering sound that was captured was Jason when he heard a sound upstairs.
The paranormal activity here has proven time and time again you get a lot of strange things here.
If it wasn't Jason that Dave heard, this is a chilling experience to start the investigation. But, unfortunately, we didn't capture it as evidence.
Interesting. Well, you ready to get started?
Let's do it. Let's set up some cameras throughout the old hospital on College Hill. Leave them alone while no one's in the building. We're gonna go eat dinner, see what these cameras pick up on when no one's here. Let's get started with abandonment and then come back and investigate this hospital for the second time.
That's right.
Or Dawson's first.
My first time, yeah.
That's right.
Old hospital on College Hill virgin.
That's right. Let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, we're getting ready to get set up for abandonment here, but before we do, you know what time it is. It's time for another Polaroid giveaway. Let's take a Polaroid photograph here in the old hospital on College Hill. And if you want this Polaroid photograph sent to you, if you want to win this Polaroid, go down to the comments right now and type, "I want to win that Polaroid." Put it down in the comments below and enter for your chance to win this one-of-a-kind Polaroid photograph.
Yeah, and for all those asking, you win the photo, not the camera.
That's
I've had a few people ask about that.
You win the photograph, not the camera.
Camera not included.
Right. It's not doing anything. Oh wait, wrong thing.
We'll quit it.
Yeah, put that back to the center, dude.
And keep losing.
What? What'd you say?
It doesn't matter.
3, 2, 1. Aight.
There it is.
I blinked. Can you delete that?
We sure can.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
So always forget that one you don't have to shake.
No, you don't shake them.
You don't shake them. You don't shake it like a Polaroid. Let's get this abandonment set up, everyone.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
So yeah, everybody, like, grab your keys and phones out of the warm room. On the way
Yeah, I
out.
gotta do that. I gotta do that when we walk down through there.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Are you hungry?
I mean, I could probably eat.
All right, well, we have all the cameras set up, all the audio is recording, all the equipment is set up, and we're getting ready to leave these cameras inside West Virginia's most haunted hospital completely alone to see what they pick up, see what happens when nobody's in the building. We are going to be completely leaving the hospital, and this building will be empty, so anything that happens, anything that occurs, will be free of our own human contamination. So it's going to be interesting. We have a camera on the 4th floor in the operating area. There's a camera here on the 3rd floor, and a camera on the 2nd floor, and a camera in the basement.
We've got a camera on each floor.
Except for the 1st floor.
Except for the 1st floor.
Yeah, don't lie to them.
I'm trying not to. There's just so many lights down there.
There is, yeah. That's where the elevator is. That's where a lot of the electricity comes from. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to avoid that area due to EMF contamination. So there's no electricity on these floors up here. So we'll see what happens. Means less interference for our equipment.
Of course. Yeah.
So you guys ready to take off?
I am ready.
Let's go get something to eat.
Let's do it. I don't have it tonight. It's too cold.
That sounded very painful at the end.
The ending, yeah.
Sounded very dramatic.
That was only moderately too dramatic.
That's right.
You guys, it's 8 degrees outside.
Is it?
End of audio.
During this abandonment that lasted over 2 hours, 2 of the 4 cameras caught absolutely nothing. But in the basement, the millimeter did alarm slightly 5 more times over the next hour and 40 minutes. On the 3rd floor, the paranormal music box would trigger 1 more time at the 43-minute mark. Then 1 minute later, this happened. Right in the center of the frame, in perfect view of our camera, this door closes. And then, 14 minutes later, it closes more. This is a dramatic change to this hallway. And when we return, it's the first thing that we notice.
Now you're getting it. Really? 2 hours? Did you all do that?
I didn't know. No. I thought we did close one door round. No, it was not this one.
It wasn't?
Unless
It was the
there's
one
a
on the
breeze.
Right.
Check your mic.
I don't even have mine.
It's okay.
Where's the camera? It's over. It's on that. It would have caught it.
No, this door was open.
Dave, audio back from abandonment. So
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Or even if it was open or closed, it's still half open. Right.
There's no breeze through here.
No. Holy crap.
No kidding.
And the camera caught it because it's still rolling.
Like,
God, guys. Hell yeah.
We gotta go back to base camp and look at this, but hold on, let me bring this camera closer to you, Dave.
You just blew on it and it didn't even budge. Like, I saw it wiggle, but it didn't move.
right.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
That is really weird.
Good thing it's still rolling too. Oh my god.
So
Let me try and. Like, that's stronger than any breathe. I mean, there could be a vacuum.
Here,
that comes
give it
through,
a tiny tap in case, let's just pretend a mouse ran into it, see if it has enough. No, it's not like super free.
And plus, the mouse
would have-
could have probably fit below it.
You would have to move it a very significant amount to go that close.
Yeah.
And there's a cord in the way anyways.
So this was a lot. This is where we did the
We're
setup,
leaving,
right?
yeah. This is
So-
where we did the.
That is right.
When we left, I mean, nobody was just casually like.
No chance.
No, because that would be really weird to shut the door behind us.
It would be,
Like,
but I did shut a door somewhere.
that's up on the 4th floor.
Yeah, we
remember,
shut that door because of there was
The
a window
noise.
cracked.
Right, the roof noise.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This one was not.
Ooh,
let's go back to base
that's gonna
camp
be
and
awesome.
watch this footage back and see if we can see when it closes.
let's
Yeah,
do it.
that'd be
That's really creepy.
Yeah, it is.
That's sweet.
And there isn't like a breeze in here. Like,
No.
It doesn't feel like it now.
If that just happened on camera, that might be one of the craziest things we've caught on abandonment.
yeah.
That is crazy. All right, so we're officially back here at the base camp, and we want to watch this footage back because we are almost 100% positive that that door was not shut. So, if that's the truth and the door wasn't shut, then at some point on this footage, the door pushes closed.
I just don't know why we would have shut the door.
I don't either. So here we go.
The ending, yeah.
That was only moderately too dramatic. You guys, it's 8 degrees outside.
And we left, and the door, notice, we left, the door is open.
Not moved at all.
No, we left, and that door is open.
Man.
Oh,
Is the audio on?
I'll have to fast forward through this whole thing because I don't know where it closes. There it went.
Oh my god, guys.
What?
Hold on.
I mean, I know that was fast forwarded, but that moves significantly.
Here we go.
Did
Hold
anything
on.
else go off?
I'm not sure. I'm rewinding right now. Because I was...
Wow. Look.
Here we go. Let's watch it through. Regular speed.
Was that the REM pod going on?
Oh my god!
What?
Wow, man.
What?
The screen's really little, but there's no like mouse or anything. That door just moves on its own.
After 44 minutes of sitting open like that. Easy now.
What?
I cannot wait to listen to that audio back
Yeah.
and find out if
What?
the audio captured anything at the moment that happened. Like, there's no explanation for that.
That was fast.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a over 20 minutes. It kind of slowly. That was what a 5-second window. It went from over 90 degrees to almost closed.
Yeah.
That was
That
a,
is.
that was a significant amount of movement.
We should put that on my laptop
right now.
and watch it.
Do you have it?
It's at the house, but
That is probably one of the craziest. Like, so I've had objects move before. I've never caught it on camera, like that clear, that undeniable. Where like, you know, especially nobody is in this building. The doors are locked. It just,
right.
It just. Whoop.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, like I have the keys to the building right here. Nobody else has the keys.
44:25 was around the time that it did it. Between 44:25 and 44:40 is when the door moves.
We left at 7:05. Like we're
Wow.
well gone.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's wild.
And like you say, it's a very deliberate movement too. It didn't
Yeah.
take forever.
Right.
for
Yeah,
it to
it
close.
took what a couple seconds, if that. Just like whoop.
What?
My mind is absolutely blown right now. I can't believe that. That is the craziest thing I think we've captured in years. God.
That is crazy.
That's right there. That's,
Wow.
holy shit.
Let's go back to the house, which is down the hill where we're staying, and put that footage on the laptop so we don't lose it, and then we'll come back up here and investigate, because that's how important we think that footage is.
Yeah.
Should we place another camera here while we're going?
I think we should. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just
I
in
didn't
case.
even think. Yeah, just put one down at the same thing.
Let's, Jason, you want to go with me and grab that stuff?
We'll wait right here just in case it happens again, because I don't want to be...
Yeah, let's back up so that people don't blame us if it does.
Right, I don't want to... I can't believe that. That was... Like I said, I've never seen with my eyes a door do that, and I've never captured it on camera like that before. That is... We caught a door closing on camera when no one was in this building.
Let's go secure that footage just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Now, I want to just, well, no, because we didn't do it. I was saying I want to walk briskly by this and see what happens, but...
Yeah, we were already gone by 30 minutes.
Barely moves. It's like
Right.
like 3 millimeters. Nothing. It's nothing notable. Nothing to make it do that. Like that's. I keep thinking. My mind's racing, trying to think of something, but I can't. I can't even come up with a far-fetched explanation.
No.
My far-fetched was like mouse, bird. Like something
Yeah.
flew into it, and I didn't see that. So
No.
Yep, this will be our first time. We saw it on the small camera screen. This is going to be our first time watching this on the laptop. It's dumped. It's on there. This is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what this looks like.
Okay. So we're just doing one REM pod?
So you want to go to about 44, 40-ish. 44, 40 is where I think we should start.
Okay. Yeah, you can hear the wind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not moving.
is that wind or is that a train?
It's wind.
The wind is really strong.
And it's not even moving it a millimeter.
Mm-mm. It's not even swaying, it's not even budging, and you can hear the wind outside. I'll be interested to hear what the wind sounds like when the door actually moves, because if there's a very strong gust of wind to the point it's louder than any other wind that we've heard before, then we'll know that it could have been the wind. And there it is.
But how? How though? But I still don't understand how.
Why did it
Because the
do
windows
it
are
that
closed.
time? Why did it do it 40 minutes after with that much wind?
Right. I mean,
That wind in particular there, that was much louder
Yeah.
than any of the other wind that we had heard previously. So
but I would like to know though.
to me, listening to that wind, when that happens, there's no doubt in my mind that I think the wind picked up strongly enough to make a vacuum to pull that shut.
Sadly.
It looks like something falls from the ceiling.
Yeah, it looks like dust falling down to me.
Which is the first time I've seen dust fly around, indicating there's some sort of breeze going on in there.
Disappointing, but also it just goes to show you can get excited, but that doesn't always mean that it's paranormal. After watching this back and hearing it on these speakers, hearing how strongly the wind was blowing, there's no doubt in my mind that the wind picked up so strongly that it blew that door shut. And like Dawson had said, that you can see 100% that dust falling from the ceiling and suddenly dust flying around inside that hallway indicates that there was a strong breeze.
That's what it is, guys, you know? Unfortunately, that's what it is.
Paranormal investigating.
Yep.
So that means this is, after all of that excitement, this footage is debunked. I'm coming back. Didn't move. Rolling on that.
We had to pick the coldest night of the year, huh?
Yeah.
Well, in our defense, we didn't know it was going to be the coldest night of the year. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Is that normal?
Not like that.
Could you do it again, please?
What happened?
I set the REM pod on that horse,
And it went off?
and it did its normal thing, but then it started going up to blue.
Oh, wow.
Maybe they like you more. You want to ask?
Can you try pushing that rocking horse?
Yep, sure did.
Whoa.
Thank you. If you like those pretty lights, if you try to sit on that rocking horse, they'll all light up.
That's me. Where's that other camera?
In my hand, maybe?
Oh, right there. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a camera back there?
Yeah, in the far back.
Okay, start recording.
I don't know if I may just be seeing things or wanting to see things, but I thought I saw like a slight shadow on that side of the red light.
Okay.
Like just maybe like a hand movement or maybe a window even. I don't know, but
Oh, wow.
could you touch that red light again, pretty please?
Just to do a quick intro here. We're down here in the basement. We're in the morgue cafeteria area. It's me, Ryan, Jason, and our friend Dawson here. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, we just did a session out there where the REM pod is going off and further down the hallway for Dawson's channel. So if you want to see that, head on over to his YouTube channel. That's DAWSONTOLLER.
Yes.
Type that in the search bar and you can find Dawson's channel. Subscribe, watch his episode from the old hospital on College Hill.
Can you try touching that rocking horse just one more time, the red light that's on it, so I know that was you? It won't hurt you. Here, we'll look away so you can do it without us looking at you. All right, well, that's fine. It's there for you. That's your toy. We put it there. We brought it here for you, so if you want to play with that toy, you can play with that toy.
That's right. The interesting thing about this part of the basement is it was eventually the cafeteria where they would eat, but what's odd about that is, prior to that, this was the original morgue down here. So where we have a camera set up in the back here, that was the morgue room where they would actually store the bodies from the people that passed away. And it's kind of creepy if you think about it, that they went from that being the morgue to that being the cafeteria and kitchen area.
It's a little strange.
So there's some equipment back there. We have the EMF candle broken out to see what happens when that is turned on. That detects EMF, and when the candle itself comes in contact with any sort of EMF spike or fluctuation, the candle will either ignite or extinguish. So it's always an interesting time whenever that candle out of the blue just turns off or turns back on.
Yeah. Wow, look at these purple lights in here.
This door right here would be where they would bring the bodies in and out of the morgue. Is through this door right here. Is there anyone here with us? Back behind Dawson there, on the chair, you can sit down in that chair, and there's lights that will light up. You can use that to let us know you're here, or you can touch the candle. If you don't want the candle on back here, it'll extinguish. Or you can touch these purple lights, and it's cool because if you move down the string of purple lights, it'll change colors.
Which one of these things that we set up as your favorite, can you try and touch it to show us?
If we haven't met before, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Dawson.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Jason.
I'm Dave.
It's very cold
Is that the
tonight.
music box? Sorry.
Oh, did you hear the music box?
I don't know. I thought I did. Did I hear the music box going off? Were you walking in that hallway? Maybe I'm hearing things, but I thought I heard the actual tune, like the
I don't think we would hear those wind chimes down here either.
No, they're all the way on the other side of the building. But I was going to say, I know it's cold tonight, and because of that, we're probably not going to be here as long as we normally would tonight. That goes for those watching, too, just to let everyone know out there. We are braving a polar vortex for you all. It is going to drop down. When we started this investigation earlier this afternoon, it was like 35 degrees Fahrenheit, and currently it is heading down into the single digits, meaning in Celsius it's like minus 15 to minus 20.
Yeah. It's too cold.
cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. Enough said.
It's very cold.
You're welcome.
And it's actually, I think it's colder than that because when we go outside, it's warm. Mm-hmm. So it's got to be 10 to 15 degrees cooler in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the concrete and everything definitely holds in the cold a lot more.
Yeah. Yes, that was me.
So we're going to try to not have our fingers freeze off tonight.
If there is anyone down here that can hear us or see us, can you make a noise like this?
I've never seen this candle in action, and I would really appreciate it if maybe somebody in here could help me experience that. I think it's a pretty cool little tool. If you go up to it and touch it and just really focus on the little flickering light there, you should be able to turn it off. I'd be really grateful for that.
Come on, can you try and turn that candle off right there for Dawson? He wants to see you do that if you can.
You alright? What just happened?
I thought that was a wall, but it was a piece of metal.
I tell you what, if you'd like pancakes for dinner, can you turn off that candle?
Let me give you some space. I'll back up a little bit more.
To make something real fancy for dinner, how about that? What was that?
I couldn't tell if that was outside or...
It sounded to me like it was up above our heads right here, didn't it, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Could you do it again?
You see these red lights? There's one out on the rocking horse. Someone was already messing with it when we were trying to get started here. There's also one right here. See that? I'm sure you've seen those before, and I know I can get close to it and make the lights turn on. Can you get close to it and make the lights turn on? Rolling burst EVP session, setting down on the table in the morgue. Stepping away. If you're here with us, can you walk up to that red light I just sat down on the table and tell us what you would love to have for dinner tonight? Does anyone know anything about the Hatfields and the McCoys?
Do you like that Charlie and Tanya have kept this building open?
Was that you who just made the REM pod go off?
Wasn't me.
Are you standing over beside Jason or behind him? I thought I just heard the REM pod again.
It did, yep.
Stop
That almost sounded
It went
like
off a
voice.
few times.
It did.
Did you hear it go off in like a twiddling the fingers type of way? Do you know what I mean by that? The REM pod was like, I can explain. I'm a idiot. I'm sorry. It was like there's one right here, and I'm like, it was like.
No, I didn't hear it go off at all.
I heard it right there at the end when I pointed over there, but I thought, Jason and I both thought we heard something that sounded like a
It
voice.
sounded almost like over in here. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Because it went off, I believe, 3 times. It went off. I asked a question, it went off twice. I don't know. Anyways, it went off just normal twice, and then it did the
Oh, wow.
the playing noise.
Interesting.
Rolling burst EVP session, set it on the table in order. Stepping away. If you're here with us, can you walk up to that red light I just sat down on the table and tell us what you would love to have for dinner tonight? Does anyone know anything about the Hatfields and the McCoys? I just heard the right head.
Nothing on that.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, but I heard something in the moment,
Right.
which is strange.
Yeah,
It is
hopefully-
weird.
Hopefully your audio recorder captured it, or
You guys thought you heard a voice?
yeah, it was like a faint voice. Did it sound almost female to you, Jason?
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to step out there towards the REM pod since that was going off and seeing if our presence in here might be inhibiting something?
Yeah.
Good idea.
If you can hear that train, can you step in front of the music here for me? So we know you can hear the same things we can?
What's the music, Ryan? They probably don't know.
It's that box right there, sitting up in the little alcove of the wall. Whatever that is, the ledge, the sill, if you walk in front of that, it'll play a pretty tune. You can even see it.
Yeah, you can see it on that camera.
If they can see it.
Oh.
I know you can see it on the camera, I was just looking at it.
The cold has zapped what brain cells I have left.
Yeah, if you can hear that locomotive, that train out there, can you step real close to that green light along the wall?
Awfully quiet down here.
It is, but it wasn't. That REM pod, I swear I heard that REM pod going off when we were in that morgue room.
It went off 3 times at least.
I didn't hear it at all.
So now we're down here and nothing's happening.
What if we walk in there and just listen real quick?
Yeah.
And see if maybe it's kind of toying with us. Like, yes, I am here, but maybe I don't want to talk to you.
Like playing with the toys when it thinks we're not looking.
Yeah.
Like when they think we're not looking.
Walking where?
You were talking about this room behind Dave?
Oh, either that or back over there.
We could walk into this center room. That way we have a good ear in between everything. We're going to give it another 15 minutes maybe at most, and then we're going to have to go get warm because it is cold, 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 cold. Cold, cold, cold. Sorry. Can you say hello to us? Or do something that'll scare us, like a funny prank? To let us know that you're here?
Do one of you gentlemen have your phones?
Mm-hmm.
What if you tried playing like a siren or something? I don't know.
Like an ambulance?
Yeah.
Ambulance?
Like an ambulance?
What about what's it called? The monitor? Like beep.
Oh,
beep,
yeah.
You know,
The
all
heart
that?
monitor?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Oh, there it goes.
That's
There it
what I
goes.
heard. The playing.
Yeah.
As soon as we walk away.
So, Dawson, we've had this theory over the years that if you just like talk amongst yourselves like we're doing now and kind of ignore what we're actually supposed to be doing.
It scared the shit out of me.
Me too.
I was like, holy.
If we talk amongst ourselves and kind of ignore our surroundings, then things start to happen. That's always been something that's worked for us. I don't know why. But
They want to either be a part of the conversation or kind of mess with the conversation.
well, it's as if like sometimes the residual is allowed to happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me like vibes. Like it's kind of spooking me. I don't know why. I'm getting like a weird feeling.
It is weird.
I'm sure that probably, triggers a lot of people or whatever. It's just listening to that. I just felt spooky.
Mm-hmm. You should hear the shepherd's tones. That is nothing compared to shepherd's tones. That is a mind.
Well, you don't have the speaker right now. I was gonna say play a little bit of Shepherd's Tones right now, but
I mean, I can still play it. It just won't be as loud.
right. Just to see what happens. Now, the thing this is, what Jason's about to play, if this ends up going in, he's only gonna play a little bit of it, and this can sometimes make people feel very uneasy just listening to this, but it's called Shepherd's Tones. And what it is, it's an auditory illusion, and it has an ascending and descending tone, which when combined makes for a very, let's say, I saw a roller coaster of a sound wave.
Yeah.
So,
And Dawson, some people do get affected by this sound, so if it bothers you, just let us know and we can turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it is triggering for some people, like, I don't know why, but it is.
The idea I always had behind it to try this in the first place is just thinking because it is such a kind of an offensive noise and disorienting noise, if perhaps it transfers over in the spirits, in the spirit world,
yeah.
Right.
astral realm, if they can hear it. So I'm actually just going to turn this on and leave it for a second. If there is anyone down here that can hear this sound, could you move closer towards it, please?
Feel the vibrations of the audio frequencies. Can you hear that? Can you feel that?
As the shepherd's tones play, we begin to notice how quiet things truly are down here in the morgue and cafeteria. And because we already investigated the x-ray rooms and hallway for Dawson's channel, we've pretty much covered this entire basement. If you'd like to see that session, make sure you head over to Dawson Toller's channel and subscribe. So all we can do now is turn the shepherd's tones off and give it a few more minutes to see if anything happens.
And
It's a lot spookier when it's louder.
It is, and it's interesting to think about sound experiments with the paranormal.
Let me just move over. Oh.
Leave the room, Dave. Damn it.
They made me leave. Can you touch that red light if you'll be my friend?
It's interesting to think about.
What?
That was me. What was that, though?
The whistle?
Yeah.
What was that?
It was almost like it was mimicking that stupid shepherd's thing.
Oh, I got cold
Where
chills.
did that come from, man?
No
What
way.
was that? That almost sounded like a...
Did it not sound like a woo, woo, woo?
I mean, to me,
type
it
of
kind of
thing?
was like, I don't know if it was here or there. Can you touch that red light if you'll be my friend?
It's interesting to think about.
What?
That-
Was that you? Will you be my friend? I have that same feeling that I had earlier. Come on.
You want me to separate from the boys so that you can hang out with just them?
Interesting.
Strange.
Do you want us out of here? Do you want us to leave?
If that's the case, we need you to touch one of these red lights so we know. Man, that was creepy.
That was.
Yeah, that was. It almost kind of sounded like somebody was mocking that shepherd's tune or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they're like, woo, woo, kind of like almost. I can't really mimic it that well, but is that also? Did anybody else hear that?
I could see that, yeah. A little bit of it.
It sounded childlike to me.
Yeah, definitely kid
Yeah.
doing it.
Can you touch that red light if you'll be my friend?
It's interesting to think about.
What?
I tell you, it is getting to the point to where my lips are starting to lose their function to speak. Like I'm having to over-enunciate everything that I'm saying because if I don't, it just sounds like my lips are not touching together and they're not moving.
Yeah,
I have to pee, so.
I don't think we could properly, demonstrate actually how cold it is, through camera.
Yeah.
But it is. I'm wearing gloves and I can't feel my fingers. So
My right hand has been holding this camera almost the whole time we've been down here, and I feel like if I pry it away, it's gonna be stuck in this position. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. I actually feel like once I take the camera out of my hand's gonna be stuck.
So I tell you what, do you guys want to pack this stuff up, go warm up for a couple minutes, and then we can all split up? Dawson, you can do a session for your channel, and then, we can split up between the three of us, either in a group of 2 and a group of 1, and try and cover as much of this hospital as we can so that we can finish off the night and go get warm before we lose any limbs or digits.
Sounds
good.
let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so we're getting ready to start solos here. We're going to split up from Dawson, who's going to go up to the 3rd floor and try and talk to Mose Blackburn, the man who jumped out the window trying to escape the law, who passed away to his demise from that window. And we are splitting up between the 2 of us. Dave and Jason are going to go down to the part of the 1st floor that was not open to us the last time we were here. They're going to go and check out the morgue cooler. And I'm going to be going up to the 4th floor operating room, the operating theater. So where they used to actually have people sit and watch the operations through the glass in the window. See what interesting activity happens up there. Some of the most dangerous medical procedures occur in surgery.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Oh,
Let's do it. Okay, let me see here.
Yeah, it might be easier to just crawl up on it.
Yeah. Let's see, probably. So I don't know which way I should go. Probably with my head this way.
Okay.
So, would you want to hold this?
All right, rolling on the static cam here. And I am going to place this right here.
You good?
Yeah. Trying. It's weird. There's the nurse that never. There's a note on the bottom part of what bit of the table up above that's left.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it says the nurse that never clocked or checked. That's random and weird.
That is random.
All right, so I've set up in the hallway out here in surgery. I'm going to be moving around this area with this handheld camera, but I have The tripwire set up in a circle with the candle in the center. A couple of REM devices out here, and I'm going to run on a spirit box as well. But what I'm going to be putting in the center of that tripwire is Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll. You guys thought that I was alone up here in the surgical area while Dave and Jason were together down in that body cooler. But that's not true. Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll, is with me. Remember, this is an antique doll that we believe was not haunted when we acquired it. We've been trying to take it on as many investigations, take her on as many investigations as we can, to see if the exposure to spiritual activity or paranormal activity or energies could possibly make a not haunted doll haunted. So we're going to try and invite anyone that might be up here listening to me to attach to Molly to see if they want to take a ride or inhabit the doll. There's a lot of stories of haunted dolls, haunted objects. The question remains, can a not haunted object become haunted just through the exposure to allegedly haunted places? So I am going to put her, move your arm, Molly. There we go. I'm going to put her, set her up here, right there in the circle with the EMF candle. And again, anytime that candle is exposed to any EMF, it will turn off or turn back on. We had it set up down in that morgue kitchen area, cafeteria, didn't do a single thing. So I'm going to start this session right here by setting that down right there. And I am going to kind of observe for a second and see what I can observe just from right here. Okay.
Okay, it's up, but I don't have it latched.
Okay.
So if it falls, it's going to scare the shit out of you. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Jason and I are on the first floor where the body cooler is, and Jason is lying inside the body cooler. He has a camera in there, and he's also doing a recording, so...
If there's someone up here with me, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Ryan, and I've come here to try and see if there's anyone that can still speak to me or talk to me. We've heard stories that this hospital still has patients and doctors and nurses that are seen and heard from. People that might need medical treatment here, and I brought a doll for whoever's up here. I don't know if anyone up here would like a doll. But if there's anyone up here who's interested in dolls, you're more than welcome to get really close to that doll, and maybe you can even attach your energy to it. And if you love that doll, it could be yours, and you could travel with it wherever it goes. Or at least a part of you can travel with it.
Jason, can you hear me in there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Jason is lying in the body cooler in there, and he has a microphone. He might be asking you a couple of questions in there. He's going to see if anybody wants to talk to him. And we have a couple of devices set up out here, 2 red lights, one on the ground and one up on the body cooler. So if you'd like to let us know you're here, could you try to touch one of those lights, please? How's it feeling there, Jason?
It's, I don't know, it's pretty neutral feeling. It's kind of strange, but oddly, I don't want to say peaceful, but almost serene in a very odd way.
Okay. Jason's feeling serene in the body cooler.
So it's interesting up here while I step back away and let that out there in the hallway do what it needs to do. This is the area where they would actually prepare, apparently, for... You got a bathroom, you got a sink right here where a lot of the sterilization would happen. And in here, you can see there's a window that overlooks this operating room where people could actually come in from the other side and watch through this window as the procedure takes place. Medical students and different people can observe, learn. Is there anyone up here who is a patient who had surgery or is having surgery? If you can hear my voice, can you touch one of these lights to let me know that you're here? I can't see you. But if you can hear me and see me, maybe you could let me know that you're here. By touching one of these lights or letting me hear your voice. Or you can just say something to me out loud. If you speak as loudly as you can, I more than likely, or might, hear you. In this room in here, you've got another operating room with another window from that same viewing area where they'd be able to see inside. So it's quite an interesting setup in here for surgery. Hello? I'm all alone up here. I'd love to know that I'm not alone up here. If you get close to this, do you hear that? I'll step over here and maybe you can do that. Can you do that while I'm not looking?
You know, I also brought something that makes music. Watch this. So if you like that music, can you go over there and stand in front of that thing? And I promise that any of these devices that we brought with us, these lights or toys or whatever you think they are, items, they're not going to hurt you.
If you can hear me, my name is Jason. What's your name?
I have a box right here that I think you can put your voice on. If you can hear me, can you walk up to this box in my hand right here and try and say hello or say my name to let me know that you can hear me? They say there's still people seen here, even though the hospital's been closed for a long time. Do you know that the hospital is closed? Get as close to me as you can. I heard that. Is that you knocking?
If you are here with me, can you describe what you see inside here? If I may ask, what happened to you?
I'm gonna walk into this operating room here and walk away from that. Again. Are you in here? Are you watching me through the window? I appreciate you being here with me, if you can hear me. I just want to be friends, at least be friendly, have a friendly conversation. I tell you, one thing that would freak me the out whenever I'm in a room like this where I know people were watched, when the operations were watched through that window, it's almost like your mind anticipates. It's like if I look in that window and there's a face there, I would probably poop myself right here. I would probably shit my pants.
Was your body in that cooler as well?
Wherever you are, do you see light or an absence of light? Any colors?
Maybe if you can hear me, you can come over to me. I'm going to walk to the other operating room. Maybe you're down here. What? Oh my God. Hello? That was a strong trigger. Can you touch that again for me? Just like that. Thank you. Are you in there? Or are you in this room with me? Or are you out in the hallway? That spirit pod rarely ever goes off. That was cool. Thank you so much. You touch that one, can you make those, if you go up to those purple lights, you can make the colors change on them. Can you do that? And maybe make that candle change? You haven't really come through and said anything too clearly that I can understand yet. What color did that just light up?
Is it upsetting to you that Jason's lying in there? We were here several years ago. Do you remember us being here?
Can you tell me what year it is?
Do you do you stay here because you like it here, or are you trapped? My friends Jason and Dave are on the first floor right now. Can you tell me what they are standing beside or what they're inside of?
I understand it may be difficult for you to speak, but if it helps, you can pull energy from the devices inside here with me or from myself. Please talk to us.
That spirit pod is like, out of all of our REM devices, that one is the one that we never really get interaction with. Very rarely get interaction with. So it being the least sensitive of the REM devices, if there was some interference going on from something, it would be that Mel meter at the end of the hallway there would go off much more strongly because it's more sensitive. You're more than welcome to come with us when we leave by staying with that doll. We'll take the doll to many different places. You can leave the hospital and come to some other cool places with us. If that sounds good to you, can you shut that candle off so I know that you actually understand what I'm saying? I'm going to do another burst EVP session here. I'm going to set this down right here inside the circle. Rolling EVP session in the surgery. This is Ryan. Stepping back. Now's your chance. If you'd like to speak to me, just walk up and talk to that red light beside the doll. What is your name? Did you make those blue lights light up right there in the middle of the hallway? Are you happy to be here?
Can you use Jason's microphone to tell him your name? What happened to you that you ended up passing away?
One last question. That was me moving. Do you see us that are here moving around the hospital? And where do we go when we pass on from this life? Okay. Ending.
All right, guys, I'm gonna help Jason get out of here. All right, let's grab.
Oh, man.
Nothing. Nothing. That's okay, though. So far, the only thing I've had up here is that spirit pod that went off once, which was like a sudden burst of energy, something that I could actually feel. Like, I could feel the jolt of energy from that when that went off, which was pretty cool. I am dwindling low on this camera battery here. The cold, I mean, you can imagine with as cold as it is with this Arctic blast of air that's coming through this region. It is just draining the batteries. I mean, just draining them. Our major camera batteries that normally last like 6 hours only lasted about 2.5, 3 hours in here because of how cold it is. So we're eating batteries up on this investigation. And so I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes up here while I still have some battery life to see if anything else happens. But then I'm gonna go find out from Dave, Jason, and Dawson if they had anything happen on their sessions.
I know one thing, it is f***ing freezing in here.
Yeah, man.
Like, my fingers are like, I have to keep moving them every, like, minute.
They gotta keep them bodies cold.
That's right.
Whew.
Now, you want to play back the whole thing right now?
Probably not the whole thing.
Okay.
Just listen
'Cause
to
I was going to say, if so, I may need to warm up again real quick before we...
Yeah.
I can't feel my fingers.
Yeah, guys, it is brutally cold.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. So we'll listen to like 2 or 3 minutes of this, and then we'll listen to the rest of it when we get back to the office, and then let you guys know if we got anything. Did we really let it go that long?
It felt like it was kind of calm and, like, as I described, serene for a while. But then, like, it could have been 5, it could have been 10 minutes. Like, the sense of time for me was way off in there. It was disorienting in that respect. But for a little while, it was actually kind of uncomfortable. And it's hard for me to describe the feeling. Yeah, it almost felt... I don't want to...
Never clocked or checked. That's random and weird. That is random. Damn, man. Wow. Okay, I already have that rolling.
All right, let's fast forward just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut on this camera right here and head back downstairs and meet up with Dawson and Jason and Dave. See what they caught. It's the only weird thing I had. Maybe a couple of weird voices through the spirit box, which I'll be able to decipher once I can review it. And then that spirit pod went off one time, which I could not explain. I mean, like I'd said before, that spirit pod never goes off. So the fact that that did that was just so bizarre to me, because I'm not used to hearing that ever going off. Once in a blue moon, that'll actually alarm. So that was pretty cool.
It's, I don't know, it's a pretty neutral feeling. It's kind of strange.
Am I losing my mind? Between the time that I got done finished setting you up to when I asked that question of what does it feel like in there, felt like 15 minutes to me.
To me, it did too.
But that made it seem like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, that's weird.
That is weird. I mean, maybe not, but...
Oddly, I don't want to say peaceful, but almost serene in a very odd way.
Which again, you would think it had been a little while. It felt like a little while that you asked me how I'm feeling in there, because it's not like I'm in there 5 minutes. Okay, how's it feeling there? You know what I'm saying? It's like I had time to acclimate.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And obviously, you felt the same way to pose the question in the first place.
That really has me not freaking out, but I'm just kind of like second guessing. Like,
well, it's weirding me out a little bit because of some of the sensation I was feeling in there for about 5 or who knows 10 plus minutes.
Really?
Because for not long after that, I started feeling. I can't really describe it. I used to have an occasional nightmare when I was really, really, really young. Mm-hmm. And in the nightmare, a lot of it was more of, it was visuals and a sensory experience, but it was almost more of just a feeling. And the best way I could describe it, it's going to sound crazy, but almost like, because you'll notice I started like making motions with my mouth, like almost like it got to where there would be a sense of tension in my jaw and my teeth. And it almost felt like, the way I would have to describe it would be like, I would just be like in a void in space somewhere, and I'm completely still, but everything around me is moving at light speed. And it's almost like a G-force sensation.
Oh, wow.
That got very uncomfortable, and I know that's extremely random for a young kid to experience that in nightmares.
Right.
But I used to have that occasionally. I've never felt that again until just a little bit ago in there.
Ooh.
And to the point, man, where I was actually thinking maybe I need to get out because I don't know. It's that uncomfortable.
Really?
It peaked pretty bad. And
Wow.
I haven't felt that in over 20 years.
You think it was like anxiety?
Well, I don't think, because I mean, I didn't feel anxious in there. In times where I do have pure anxiety, I've never felt that in years. And I mean, almost an out-of-body type of, like you're slipping a little bit, and it feels like there's tension, like a G-force.
It kind of sounds like what I would imagine is like interdimensional. Like you're just in between dimensions.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's creepy.
And now we're discussing the lapse in time that both of us are describing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's frying me out a little bit. I mean, I know that's completely subjective. You know,
Right.
I can't quantify my feelings in there, but, you know, putting the pieces together here, it just, I don't know.
Ooh, that's creepy. That's really strange. And I wasn't even the one in there. That's weird, man.
Yeah. And that's just my way of defining it. It's almost unspeakable. I almost can't explain that feeling. Because again, it was a weird childhood thing that sometimes I would dream about it. So I'm sure I'm not using the best words to describe it, but
Well, yeah, it's been that long.
yeah, and just the sensation itself is almost, again, unspeakable.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you were looking for an experience, you found one.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not have been the one you were looking for, but,
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to take away from the experience you had there, but I think it might be time to pack this up.
Yeah,
and
sure.
go back upstairs because we're both frozen to the core. That's wild, though. I can't wait to listen to this back, like in the office.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna mark down the times and see, like, compare the time of this to that, which it probably is the same, but like, it's just like when we were at the cabin.
Oh.
And it's just like one of those time slip things. Mm-hmm. So weird.
This camera ain't big enough for 4 of us.
All right, everyone, it is official. We had some interesting stuff happen there on that last session, apparently, with Jason and Dave, and Dawson had some creepy stuff happen. And don't forget, you didn't see what happened to Dawson because that's over on his channel. Go over to his channel, subscribe, watch his episode, find out what he experienced on the other sessions that you didn't get to see on our channel.
Yes.
And yeah, this was an interesting investigation, even if the thing that we were the most excited about turned out not to be paranormal. That is paranormal investigation. You don't always get what you want.
What was? Oh, the door. That's right.
Already forgot.
I was like, what are you talking about?
But if you try sometimes.
I mean, the Stones said it best. You can't always get what you want, folks.
You get what you need.
you get, don't throw a fit.
There you go.
See?
So guys, if you enjoyed this episode or you saw anything that we didn't, make sure you leave us a comment down below telling us exactly what you thought, anything that you picked up on that we missed. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. You tell them, Jason.
Hit the bell notifications, tell your friends and family about us, and stay tuned. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.
Hey, if you enjoyed that episode, maybe click on one of these other videos and watch some more. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on this button right down below. We want to thank all of our YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. And we'll see you next time.